Hi there, Libra. It's Jen here from tarotspirit.net. I'm here to do your November 2017 monthly reading. Thank you for joining me. Just so you know, if you want to order a reading, some upgrade with my website seemed to have wiped all the text off of it. And I just haven't had a chance to go and redo my website. You can still order a reading. So just if you have any questions, I tape a YouTube video, a private YouTube video. But if you have any questions about my readings, how I do readings, just send me a message. And today I'm using the Druid Craft Tarot. All right, Libra. Oh, one of my favorite cards. The Nine of Pentacles, the Prince of Pentacles, which is the Knight, Ten of Swords, oops, Four of Wands. Oh, we got the Tower right smack in the middle. Oops. Okay, yeah, so at the bottom of the deck is the Eight of Swords. And this is simply the denial card. So it means we're not seeing the elephant or dealing with the elephant in the room. And being at the bottom of the deck, for me, I feel like that, especially with the Ten of Swords and the Tower, that's going to stop. And often once we sort of acknowledge or face something, it's usually nowhere near as scary as the anticipation or the buildup or the amount of time and energy that goes into being in denial and just not dealing with something. Like that takes, believe it or not, I think even more energy in some ways because we're just always like telling ourselves, oh, it's okay. We're justifying things in our brain, whether we think we are or not. And it's like a lie we're telling to ourselves. And you know, lies become very cumbersome and hard to keep up. And sometimes it's just easier to tell the truth, whether it's to ourselves or someone else. And so something may happen where you can no longer be in denial. But I'll tell you, people can be in denial through really obvious things. But this will be like, and the funny thing is, what snaps you out of denial is often something small. It's not necessarily like an infidelity or, you know, something really obvious. It's more like something just clicks, something just hits you, something you just hear something or see something or something small happens and you're just like, you know what? This is never going to get better. This is never going to change. This behavior is not serving me. This person is not, and it's just, because when I see the Ten of Swords, for me, this is like, boom, you are done. Like your brain is just something clicks and you're like, I am never, ever, and you're not. I'm never going to deal with that again. I'm never going to tolerate that again. I'm never going to take a drink again. I'm never going to tolerate someone being that disrespectful to me. You know, whatever it is. And you become very calm, actually. Like all this worry and anxiety and stuff that going on with the swords cards, it's like it's done. So it's like the Tower's it's kind of like after the storm, the calm after the storm. I know it's the calm before the storm, but it tends to be like that after. And it's just like eerily, just like, okay, time to move forward. So that's the energy I'm getting. I'm not getting the energy of some big horrible thing. I'm getting the energy of the aha, the realization, and the then ability to finally move forward. and this has been a long time coming. We have the Knight of Pentacles. So he's been trying to move forward for a really long time. And this, I think, is finally the month where you will move forward. Um, I think I see a lot of you being on your own and really enjoying it. And you can even, so let me rephrase that. So for some of you, yes, being on your own, like leaving a relationship, a partner, but also standing on your own, like no longer being codependent, no longer like handling your own stuff. Really taking charge of you, of your life, of almost like minding your own business, like no longer worrying about what someone else thinks or what they want or all that stuff. But it's like, because in some ways, if you're always worrying about that, it like gets you off the hook. Like, oh, I'm too busy. I can't do this because I'm always doing something for my kids or my husband. Blah, blah, blah. It's like no more excuses. You need to deal with your stuff and your stuff only because you're the only one you can control. And it's like you're really stepping in, and it empowers you. Like, I'm handling my own finances. I mean, maybe some of you are getting divorced. It's like I've never dealt with cooking, or I've never dealt with getting the oil changed in the car. I never used to mow the lawn. I never used to do the lawn. You know what I mean? Or I don't know what insurance company we have. I don't know. And it's like your mind is just boom, set. Like, I can do this. Just because I haven't done it doesn't mean I can't do it. And it's almost like just doing it. This is you realize you start to gain confidence as you start to take control and handle your own business instead of worrying about other people's business. You get more confidence because you you feel more secure. Like, I have control over the only thing I can control, which is myself. And it provides like this really strong foundation for you. Your life, it's gonna sound weird, but in the wake of the tower, it's not weird. In the wake of the tower, only that which was really solid and sustainable is left. And so you're building off of a truly strong foundation. Before, everything was precarious. It wasn't right. It wasn't going to last, no matter how much you wished or you turned a blind eye to it. Maybe you were in a job and you just kept hoping for this promotion, hoping for this promotion, hoping they're promising you so whatever. And finally you're like, no, I have to make my own. I have to make my own opportunities, and I'm not getting them here, so I'm moving on. And this is a change. This is a change in home, a change in how you earn your money, how you manage your money. So I think a lot of you are going to be handling your own money. Maybe you need to open your own bank account, getting your own house, getting your own mortgage, health, taking control of your health, and really, really sticking to it. Because he's slow and steady wins the race. This isn't something I think this has been a long time in coming, but be patient with these changes and with yourself as you're moving forward in this new sort of way of life where you're really taking care of your own stuff. But you can be very productive yourself. This is another grounded card. So this is getting really centered and calm. It's like those swords cards, you've like been in your head and a lot of worry and anxiety, and this is just getting down to earth and really taking care of practical things. So with all of that going on, down here you have the victory card. So you're once you get your mind wrapped around something and see it from a different perspective, and you're seeing the whole picture. You no longer have blinders on or turning a blind eye to something. It's like it's like you're just able to move forward freely now. Whereas I think a lot of us, we were holding ourselves back. It's kind of interesting. In this beautiful Nine of Pentacles, she has this falcon, and it almost looks like he's carrying a falcon here. That's kind of cool. Huh. I'm not really sure what that means. I haven't really thought about it, but that's kind of interesting. But you will be successful. So if you are making any major changes, you will be successful, but it's going to happen only if you let go of how things were, or only if you deal with the elephant in the room. And you get your energy back. You're motivated and inspired to live again. It's like, I feel like you're like, God, I was kind of dead inside. I was kind of just a zombie going through the motions and not really living. And so again, this wake up call, this like, whoa, how did I kind of let this part of my life get here? And then being like, this is great. I get to move forward now. So it's going to be a positive thing. And it may happen pretty early, because it may happen around the full moon, or one of the moon cycles, the full moon or the new moon, which is later in the month. It's kind of a cool card. So it's time to get rid of those sort of emotional attachments to how something should have been and you want it to go, and really looking at things at face value. Where are we right now? Because that's reality. That's where we are now. How things you hope where it's going to be, or the promises you've made. How has it been and how is it right now? That's the only true information you can go on. And if it isn't good, then it's time to move on. It's like you're really accepting that and seeing that it's an opportunity to move forward and not to stay stagnant any longer. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful month. Take care.